up here on stage, as well as those to my right and to the left. On behalf of the middle school administration, and on behalf of the entire district music department, we want to welcome you coming tonight. It's been a real pleasure. It's been a real pleasure watching these guys get ready. I got a chance to be in the classroom and watch them prepare. I got a chance to watch their rehearsals today, as well as the dress rehearsal before you guys came in. They are ready. A little history note. Back in 2003, I met a young teacher named Michelle Shetler. And I met her because it was my first year here as well. Her, along with Doug Miller, started our orchestra program. And some of you out there in the audience here may have been part of that program. Tonight, it's a big deal. 23 years later, we've got these musicians as well. At the end of the night, you're going to see all these guys on stage with that final piece. We're very excited for our performance tonight. We'll have 3 transitions. We'll start with our 6th grade orchestra. Then we'll move around and have our 7th grade come up, our 6th grade sit, and then our 8th graders will come up, and then they'll all be up here for that final piece at the very end. Again, we're very excited for tonight's performance. I'm going to ask Molly to come on up. She's going to give us a little commercial in reference to how etiquette works at a orchestra concert. So here's Molly. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Welcome to our concert. We are so glad you came to join us during this busy season. As performers, we have a few requests of you, which will allow us to perform at our very best. Please refrain from talking during the performance. If you need to carry on a conversation, space is available for you to do so in the lobby and in the hallway. Young children develop audience habits early. Please help them to understand and follow the guidelines for good concert behavior. This may mean removing them from to the lobby if they need to run around or make noise. Please do not walk in front of the audience with your camera or video camera to take a picture of your child once the concert has started, or stand up from your seat in the audience during a piece. This blocks the view of other parents and disturbs the musicians. Please double check and turn off cell phones and any other devices which might beep or make noise, even if you are pretty sure you have silenced them. Thank you so much. Making music is hard work, and we appreciate your respect for the effort we have put into learning this music over the last 8 months. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Molly. And without further ado, I give you our 6th grade orchestra and director, Miss Michelle Shetler-Stein.
Good evening. We are so excited to have you all here joining us tonight for this wonderful spring concert featuring our middle school orchestras. We are going to be starting off with our 6th grade orchestra. These students got their instruments last September and have made so much progress this year. They had their first concert in January, and you're not even going to recognize, for those of you that were there for the January concert, you're not even going to recognize the sound of this group. They're doing incredible. We are going to start off with a piece by Shinichi Suzuki called Allegro. For this piece, the students got to learn some Italian. They got to learn what DC al fine meant, and they got to work on variations of bow strokes, both legato and staccato. So here is Allegro. Up next, we have a piece by Dale Brubaker. This piece allowed the students to explore new notes on lower strings, and we also learned about first, second, and third endings. There was a weird sentence that you can ask about after the concert that had 2 different endings, and that's how we learned about different endings. You are going to hear the melody passed from the viola section to our lower strings, cellos and basses, and finally to our violins. Here is Rocket March. This next piece is by Albert Stoudemeyer and Kenneth Henderson. This piece allowed the 6th graders to explore dynamic contrasts using their bow placement, weight, and speed, independent part counting, and passing the melody again back and forth. And a big thing that was a big deal for these 6th graders is learning to read accidental symbols, naturals and sharps, and knowing when to adjust their finger placements in order to play naturals versus sharps. Here is Cinnamon. for this final sixth grade piece, we need to let you know something. It is arranged by Paul Lavender. You will probably recognize it. We have all of the parts covered, so no need for audience participation. Just sit still, let them do all of the parts, and enjoy. We will rock you. We are entering our first transition of the evening. Our sixth graders are heading off of stage, and seventh grade is coming up now. All right, we are now transitioning here to 7th grade orchestra. This first piece is by Brian Balmages. And what you're going to hear in this one is supposed to be a musical representation of all of the strange happenings and encounters of evening. Follows the entrance of those creatures as night falls, continues to track the mischief until the break of dawn and the quiet retreat back into the shadows. You're going to hear some non-traditional orchestral playing for this one, for some sound effects. Here is Creatures. Our next piece is by Bob Phillips. This piece is based off of the folk tune slash fiddle tune, Buffalo Gals. And we had a lot of fun and a lot of work preparing this one. Probably our most technically demanding piece as far as speed and bowing styles, staying together, and passing the melody back and forth between the sections. And this is also a really fun piece because it actually is written to feature a bass player. So here is basically bluegrass. This next piece is inspired by folk songs from the Appalachian Mountains and the Shenandoah Valley. We are going to be portraying scenic views of nature trails, flowing rivers, and wildflowers that enhance the rich beauty and history of that part of the country. Here is Appalachian Hymn. In the world of classical music, there are certain composers that are just very recognizable names. This next piece is by one of those composers, Ludwig van Beethoven, and we are going to be playing Presto from Piano Trio No. 2, arranged by Ben Kleinsmith. We're going to do another transition here and swap places. 7th grade is heading to their seats, and 8th grade is coming back up. We are going to kick off the 8th grade portion of this concert by an original piece by Keith Sharp in fiddle style. Here is Boots and Saddle. This next piece by Susan H. Day was written to evoke images of Colorado's high country and the radiant fall colors of the aspen. Here is Aspen Glow. This next piece by Catherine Greisinger allowed the students to explore the deeper tonalities of their lower strings and work on ringing tone by sinking greatly into their strings and using broad bow strokes. This piece is going to depict the creepy crawly things lurking underground. Here is Subterranean. Our final piece for the 8th grade is inspired by fantasy adventure. Our next piece tells the story of a brave hero on a quest to face a powerful dragon. Listen for moments of contrast, suspense, bursts of energy, and bold themes that bring adventure to life. By Richard Meyer, here is Dragon Hunter. I know there's much anticipation for our final piece, but before we do that, I have thank yous that need to be expressed. First off, a big thank you to our administration. Thank you, Mr. Sherber, for being here for tonight. I know we have at least one school board member in the audience as well. A big thank you to our custodial staff in both buildings. Thank you to Ryan Siddell and Gavin Nelson in the booth helping with the live stream tonight. A big thank you to my coworkers in the music department for their support in all things music. A big thank you to our classroom teachers. These students do not meet at the same time. They have classes in smaller groups, and our mass rehearsals this Friday, last week, and today, this morning, were their only chances. They got a chance, the only chance that they got to actually play all of their parts and hear how everything fit together. And that can't happen without the flexibility of those classroom teachers. So thank you so much for that. Big thank you. She's not here tonight, but Miss Byman was here earlier in the school year and helped us so much with especially the 6th grade classroom, but also the 7th and 8th grade classrooms as well. A big thank you to our piano player, Alexis Bartle, for being here tonight. Big thank you to our parent volunteers that helped behind the scenes, just guiding students to the appropriate tuning stations. It's just nice to know there are other adults that are able to help in a pinch as well. Big thank you to these 8th graders on stage. I have had the pleasure, and I mean it when I say it, of having these students for 3 years in a row, and they are all incredible, incredible people. And this is not their last performance as 8th graders. They actually get to perform this Friday again under a tent. At Valley Fair. They are going to go perform one last time for each other and for the people at Valley Fair. But 8th grade, I am so proud of you and all of your progress. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication to the orchestra program. You are appreciated. And a big thank you to all of you in the audience here tonight. Parents, guardians, friends, family, neighbors, thank you for showing your support for our program. We love seeing the full house. And a big thank you in advance to anybody that is willing and able to help strike our stage after our final piece. If you are able to help stack chairs and stands and then actually bring them across the hallway to our classroom so that our high school students can have chairs and music stands for their classes tomorrow morning. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated as well. Our final transition of the evening, watch this. My 8th graders are going to silently relocate my 6th grade cellos are going to come on up to their spots. Sixth grade violins and violas. And 7th grade. I warn my sixth graders every year that I teach this piece. It's so much fun. And I may geek out about it a little bit, maybe a lot of it, but it has fun syncopation and every part is fun to play. Every musician on this stage contributes. And now that you are all up here, middle schoolers, thank you for all of your hard efforts this year and dedication into learning your instrument and your parts and being together. We don't get very many opportunities in life like this. This is huge. So thank you. We are going to conclude tonight with a piece by Frank Rogers. This is String Explosion.